What's going on, guys? Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. I had a great time at Denver Collecticon, but I got duped. It was pretty bad. I'm going to show you in just a second. But appreciate you clicking on the video, support the channel, support the store, like you guys always do. But yeah, had a great time at Denver Collecticon. Everybody that came out and said, hey, vendors, everybody that stopped me and said how much they appreciate all my videos and just the content and the knowledge that I share with everybody. Thank you so much. Like, it's surreal to be able to go out there and talk to people and have them just come up to me and say, hey, you inspired me to do this. You helped me make decisions to help my business. All that stuff just super, like, warms my heart and just makes me feel really great. So thank you so much for everybody that did that. So, great weekend. Had a great time with all the other Pokemon YouTubers that a lot of you guys probably watch as well. But, man, I had a pretty bad little situation that just kind of put a real sour taste in my mouth about the weekend. It didn't ruin it. But it was a little bad situation. Let's start from the beginning. I did end up having some vending tables there at Denver. Had a lot of fun. Just brought some cheaper slabs out that I've had in the store for a while, and then I had some other more expensive stuff. Just nothing like super crazy, but some Zards that shadowless Zards that were low grades and things like that. If they sold there, great. If not, no big deal. I'll bring them home and I'll put them on the eBay and just let them go. So, not a huge deal. Didn't have high expectations. Did end up moving a lot of cheaper slabs, so that was awesome. $15, $20, $25, $30 kind of slabs were moving. Really great. But a lot of people were wanting to trade, which I was not opposed to. But I told people right up front, look, if you're going to trade, I'm a business. I got to win. Like, I can't just give this stuff away. I'm not trying to, do anybody, like, super favors. Because, especially if I have to trade a high-value slab for a bunch of cheaper ones, that's just more work for me. That's making me have to work harder. So, not something I was really interested in doing. But there was some people that came up and traded, and we did do some good deals where I came out ahead. So, not a huge end-of-the-world situation. But this one guy in particular came up. I had a Neo Genesis Lugia that was a CGC 8. And I think I had like $240 on it, I think is how much it was. Had a guy come up and he was interested in it, and he had some stuff to trade, so he brought me some things, just laid them out. One of them was a full art hollow fossil Gengar that was super clean, super nice looking, totally a good gradable candidate. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, that's a cool card, but there's a big disparity between people like me that run a store and people that are speculating and wanting to collect and grade and kind of pick up cheap singles to grade and then maybe profit on top of to kind of support their hobby, which is fine, not a big deal at all. Like, that's just something that the dialogue has to happen, and I'm okay with having that dialogue and explain to people that when they walk up with a near mint, throw a name out of a modern card out, and they're saying it's a 3/4 of what PSA 9 would be of that card. I was like, I gotta be like, hold up, man. TCG Player exists. There's a bunch of game stores around the country that don't grade cards. Look at their stuff and just be like, I can go on that TCG Player, buy a near mint copy of this card that's probably just as good as yours, and it's it's gonna be way cheaper. And there's not just one of them. There's 50 of them, 60 of them on there that I could choose from. So this card is not particularly rare, it's not crazy. You do not have like a unique special one. I try to explain that to people and just have the dialogue and say like, yes, this is a very nice copy of this card, but it's modern, it exists, it's not a big deal. Anyways, so the guy was trying to do the fossil Gengar and some other stuff with it. I was like, yeah, no, if I want to do cash on top of it, that'd be one thing. Again, you're trading me a raw card and some other stuff. I don't remember what it was, I'm sorry. But he ended up walking away. He said he'd think about it. So I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. Again, not really like super hyped to trade, especially like a Neo Gen Lugia. I'm good. But anyways, I ended up going to the trade night. The trade night was an interesting situation. It's funny how I don't know how I feel about, like, no shade to, like, whoever ran the event. To be completely honest, I don't know who it was. Some guy, I think they were like whatnot guys, which is fine, but it's just like, a trade night. We walked up, and it was a very small room, and there was like 3 tables. And it was very dark, like just like a bad situation for like a trading event. So there's like 3 dudes. I guess this is the guys that was running the event. And then they had like vendors, which trade night vendors. I didn't know that was a thing, but cool. Felt kind of weird. So I was like, okay, is this really all the space we have? Like, how are we supposed to do trades if there's no like tables? So I was wandering around out to the side, and I go to this other room, which it says like something about the trade event. So there's like a poster. So I walk in, and there's a big room with a bunch of space and tables, but there's Jason Page and like I guess whoever he's with. He's just like he's the only person, the only 2 people in the room, and he's just like beatboxing into the mic. And I was like, oh, okay, that's why this room's empty. Which, like, that's cool. I'm sure you maybe you had an agreement to be there. I have no idea, but just it was weird, and it's definitely like after being at a convention all day, I don't want to go back and just like sit and like listen to Jason Page in my ear while I'm trying to like look at cards or do trades or whatever. So that was like a whole different vibe, and that's why nobody was in there. So I was like, okay, well, they have like a at the top of where the elevator kind of spills out, and they had like a cash bar, and then they had like whole like I guess it was like a breakfast or eating area. I don't know, like I'm assuming it's like for breakfast in the morning, and it was just empty. There's nobody in there, and it was like kind of like sectioned off, but not really. So I was like, okay, well, let's just go in here and just like make our own little section here. So I got all of like our Pokenomics guys, our people from Pokenomics, and just basically a bunch of the people that were there that I knew from the Pokemon like grading guys. So we just like pushed a bunch of tables over there, and we just started like our own section. And then once we started doing that, a lot of people started coming in there, and then everybody was kind of just like hanging out in these little sections. Again, it was very dimly lit, which kind of sucked, and that plays into the story. Stand by. But it was great. It was great to try to get that going, and then have people sit down and actually be able to trade and look at things instead of just like these 3 little like sections of people that were like doing their own thing. Anyways, so that's actually where the 4 position only packs got opened as well. So that was cool too. But anyways, so the same guy that wanted this Neogen Lugia was at the trade night, and he stopped me and he said, hey, let's try to see if we can come to agreement if you still have it. I was like, yeah, I still got it here. And he threw up the Fossil King Gargan, and he had something else. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what it was. And then he kind of was like, I was like, okay, well, again, I'd want to do some cash on top of this because it's about the value's not really there, but if you want to do some cash on top of it and maybe throw something else in, that'd be cool. And he pulls out this card. This card is these cool cards. There's a lot of them. This is just a Pokemon Center Ponchu Pikachu is what they're called. And you can tell it's like it's a Pikachu dressed as like a Lucario. And there's some other Pokemon there. These are given out at Pokemon Centers, kind of like as promotions. And a lot of times when a new Pokemon Center is opened in Japan, they'll have like special promos and things that they give out. And then again, periodically they'll do promos where if you spend like $40 with them, I think it's $40, you'll get a promo as well. So that's what that little, if you ever see anything like that. And these cards are really cool. They have a very like similar like blue and white background in the background, typically, sometimes not, but a lot of them do. And they just have a really cool look to them. And in a binder, they look really great because there's all kinds of different Pokemon. Because every Pokemon Center has like their mascot Pokemon. I'm guessing this Pokemon Center is Lucario. I don't know where it is, but just a cool card. And I was like, okay, cool. This isn't, and I told him, this is not something that walks into my store very often. So this is just a cool piece. If I was going to put it in the store to sell, it'd be nice. It's a nice card to look at. So he threw this on top, and the dude had it triple sleeved and then in a card saver as well. And, again, on me, it was very dark. And, I didn't really look over it. I was like, okay. I was excited because it's just something different, something cool that I think is neat. And again, something I don't have. And it's like, and it does have decent value. These have gone up here in recent years just because it's more of the people that find out about them and want to collect them. Again, they start want to do binders and collect this kind of them in mass and just like be able to flip through all these cool Pokemon promos. So it's cool. But so he was like, sure, if you want that one, yeah, whatever. And then I think we did that. The Gengar, something else, I don't remember. I think I sold it the next day at Collecticon, anyways. And then some cash on top of it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That's a good deal. Again, it being triple sleeved, I should have known. Shady. This dude was super shady. I should have taken it out. I should have looked at it harder. Again, it was dark. I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought it was cool. So I was like, okay, that's something neat, something different. Shame on me, because he fooled me for sure. But this card has some damage on it. Didn't say anything about it. Never mentioned it. It was triple sleeved. I'm sure the dude knew it was there. Let's see if you guys can see it at home. It's going to be right there underneath the Slowbro Pikachu. Let me see if I can turn it. And kind of like, it's going to be kind of hard. See right there? You can kind of see it. A big like gouge scratching all through that bottom of that card. I was like, okay, this is like super clean, like really nice otherwise. Because the cards look super cool otherwise. But yeah, has some of this huge gouging right there below that Slowbro. Man, and it sucks. It sucks really bad because I thought it was really cool to pick up. And I didn't even realize this had an issue with it until somebody tried to buy it at the show the following day, and he was like, "Is this even hollow?" Because like it had 3 sleeves on it. I was like, "Yeah, they have a hollow to them." And you can see they have like a star pattern throughout the card, which is just really cool. This was like during the X and Y era, so they had the really cool like foil throughout the card. It's like, yeah, it has a foil to it. And then he was looking at it, he's like, "Oh man, there's a bunch of damage to this card." I was like, "What do you mean?" And I didn't realize it until that point, when somebody was trying to buy it, that I got duped. So that's a bummer. Man, if I'd seen that dude the next day, I would have had my booth and all the guys behind me and be like, "Hey, let's roll on this dude," and be like, "What the hell?" Yeah, that's a bummer. That sucks. Really kind of made me a feel bad moment. The card's still cool, still collectible. Somebody out there will probably still want it, just not for as much as I was hoping to get out of it. And again, takes that winning trade to me losing money on this card and on that trade in general. So that sucks. That's a bummer. But yeah, just wanted to share that story and just kind of recap Collecticon in Denver. Again, everybody that stopped and said, "Hey, I appreciate all of you." It was very fun and awesome meeting with everybody that I've been watching and people have been watching me for the past 2 years or so. So been a lot of fun. Talking about doing Orlando, we'll see. I'm trying to see logistics on that, but I wanted to share that story. Little funny little trick. And again, just a word to the wise out there. If anything that's triple sleeved and somebody's trying to trade it to you, you should probably take a look at it and do a little closer inspection of it. Again, my fault, but also the dude, shady for not saying anything. So again, just a little video that I thought was fun. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store like you guys always do. Silver Tempest, if you guys are interested, I got live breaks on the website. It's $110, and then shipping is going to be cheaper for that as well, and we'll open it up on the channel hopefully next weekend, because, oh no, it'd be sometimes the week following that, because pre-release is next week. But it'll be a lot of fun. If you want it open on your channel, cardinalgaming.com. Look for the live break over the top of the Silver Tempest box. But other than that, guys, appreciate you clicking on the video, hanging out with me, and hanging out with me at Denver Collecticon if you were there. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.